American Legacy Network remembers Black tea houses. February 15th. It's not a national holiday, but to some in the Black community, it marks a popular day of giving and community. On Valentine's Day, slave masters in New Orleans would host parties, and sometimes slaves were given leftovers and broken china. The day after would usually be a lighter workload, and those slaves initiated a tradition around their day of rest. So during the 18th century, tea ceremonies were created during the final decades before emancipation.
The women would take the teacup, give it to the man of the house. The man of the house would walk around where all the slaves would live and offer a teacup to them to kind of signal and let them know that his house or his household, his home, was going to be offering a tea ceremony event.
In the 1930s and 40s, affluent Blacks became entrepreneurs by opening tea houses and offering safe places for community members to host events. Tea house owners offered exclusive services and tended to those in higher social classes than the average restaurant owner. They hosted groups like the NAACP Women's Auxiliary, Black sports writers, politicians, and civil rights leaders. But tea, especially loose-leaf tea for some households, has always held a special meaning, and modern-day entrepreneurs are bringing their love of tea to a new generation, like Jamila Wright, co-owner of Brooklyn Tea.
People want to be in a space where they can commune, right? They want to be in a space where their health is being put first, especially now, right? And tea creates that. It allows that space and that time to say, hey, I care about you. Let's talk about things that are most pressing, and let's do it over some really cool tea.
For some Black families, drinking tea has been long incorporated into family legacy and traditions.
My introduction was primarily through my partner in business and love, Ali Wright, and his relationship to tea growing up. His household, coming from a Caribbean culture, his mom is Jamaican, tea is very much so a part of daily custom.
I had a beloved dad who was from the Caribbean. His side of the family was from St. Croix, Virgin Islands. And as a child, he grew up under some of the traditional English traditions, one being drinking tea.
Jamila's husband Ali became a tea sommelier, and the pair opened their shop in 2019.
Our purpose behind our company is to bring the most affordable and the most beautiful and quality of loose leaf to our customers. The first thing you get to do when you hit the door at Brooklyn Tea is smell the tea. We have a smelling wall, and we want you to get your nose in there and really smell and see for yourself that the cucumber melon actually has dry cucumber, right? To see that the black rose actually has dry roses in it.
Leslie Allicks opened Lola's Tea Shop, which was named after her mother and in honor of her father in 2007.
We had every kind of activity and function, and we had knitting bees and book clubs and book signings and open mic nights and poetry and tea parties with animated, life-size characters for the kids, and any kind of themed type of event we were available for.
Leslie survived the 2008 recession, but eventually had to close her brick and mortar location. In 2012, she converted her shop into a mobile tea catering business.
The mobile tea party catering business, which is now called The Tea Experience, has kind of morphed. I thought it would really only be focused on party catering, but now it's kind of morphed into much more than what I've actually expected.
And both found different ways to promote their businesses and increase sales during the pandemic.
The pandemic definitely did and continues to test us. At the start, we just turned a year old, and there came a turning point where we thought about, okay, it's always been important to us to center what our customers need and what they value most. And at that time, they were valuing how to best have control over their immune systems, right? What could they do that felt tangible enough and accessible enough? And tea is a great solution for that. And so we curated this immunity box, and that helps.
I started hosting virtual events, but then I was also asked to host virtual events as well. And then with that came the request for, well, can you send us some tea while we're doing the tea tastings? And can you send us, and it became, a product line for me called Simplicity.
But it's the tea that's at the heart of these businesses. Not only is it sourced from all over the world, but benefits of loose leaf tea can be used to help a number of ailments.
We source from India, China, Kenya, South Africa, Taiwan, all these different countries. One, we do direct sourcing from farmers. There's soursop that we get straight from a local farmer in Grenada.
The heart benefits and the antioxidant benefits and the anti-cancer benefits. And now we're finding it helps, certain teas help people to reduce their stress and anxiety. Some that have digestive issues, there's certain teas for them. And so I think my customers are now going beyond what just tastes good.
The history of tea houses has not only influenced Black tradition, but it's also allowed Blacks to explore entrepreneurship for centuries.
Tea has been around for thousands of years, and a closer look at it, you can see that tea was always trying to evolve and trying to be in a way that was accessible to others. Thinking about gunpowder green tea, which is one of the oldest tracked teas, they tightly rolled the tea so that it could travel, right? And that it could be more accessible and more durable, and that it could be something that made sense for modern people, right? And so we just took that same level of care and intention into today.
Tea houses have become kind of the central place where a lot of people get their information and knowledge and the ability to discern which tea types they actually like and which ones taste good and which ones don't based on their palate. And so you get all that opportunity offered through tea houses.
To watch classic Black films, documentaries, and much more, tune in today to American Legacy Network, Black History Made Every Day.